to my second episode of Köhler's Romantic Etudes. So, this is Köhler's second romantic etude titled Doll's Waltz. I'm not sure what the doll has to do with it, but it is certainly a waltz. It is quite important to feel this in 3 rather than its traditional feeling of because that's actually not a waltz. That's in 6/8. And this is not in 6/8. He clearly writes 3/4, con eleganza, which means quite elegant. Waltzes are elegant. It's actually quite a different feeling than most people play it. If I were to play it like a waltz, as it's written, it would sound like this. And that's quite a bit exaggerated, but that's the feeling that you get for it. Another important thing to note, as with the last etude, is not to get quiet when the flute goes down. If I don't support at all from my abdomen, that's not very exciting, is it? You have to really support, push the air from down here, especially on the low Ds, to make sure they come out full and strong as we want them. Of course, you don't want to hammer out the low notes, at least not in this A section of the piece. The first 5 lines are all quite elegant. After the fermata we get in the 5th line, however, we want to make a more distinct section. It has staccatos, it has accents, it's mezzo forte, and it should sound quite a bit different from the beginning. And if you're having trouble pumping out those low Gs, just make sure you're really punching from your stomach. It should almost be visible, your stomach punching in to get those low notes out, because you really want to push the air. You don't want to do anything tight with your lips. If you're restricting your lips, it's going to sound like this. It's really nasally, it's not good. It should sound open, full-bodied. Make sure you're doing it with your air instead of with your lips. 5 lines from the end, we actually are going back into the melody, into the waltz feel again. And this is a very tricky section because of many things. First, we have these octaves. We have D, C sharp, D, C sharp, D, and then we do it up the octave, and then we do it up an octave again. And then we have this descending chromatic scale down into what will become the waltz. What's important to note about these octaves is you don't want it to sound like this. Of course there is a crescendo, but the crescendo doesn't start until the 2nd octave. The low Ds should be just as loud as the Ds above them. And to do that, once again, you really have to blow from lower in your body and support as well. No pinching of the lips, it's all with the air. And you could breathe there as well. I think I did in the recording. Between the C and the B is actually quite a distinct separation, because then we're actually going back into the melody. Before it is just a chromatic scale. And we actually want to slow down. It's written allargando, meaning to slow down. Retardando later, also meaning to slow down. Back into tempo, 4 lines from the end when we get into the melody. Another quite important thing is the fermatas. We want to make sure that we're actually doing them, and this is a great place to breathe, and that will give you a lot more juice, a lot more energy to go up to the high G in the end. If you take a great breath before it, you're going to have a lot of air to punch out on that high note. If you're interested in studying with me, I'm actually teaching now. My website is devynflute.com. On there you'll be able to book lessons with me, and I can help you with these etudes or anything else that you're working on. So if this helped any, please make sure to click the like button, and if you have any specific questions, please just comment down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you're playing any other Köhler etudes, I'm actually going to be doing this whole series in succession, teaching and playing all the Köhler romantic etudes. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.